Thank you and good afternoon. Today, Nikita and I will be talking to you about the bridge of technology between a developed and a developing nation. We will be walking you through how we have and continue to use technological tools to focus on a small place called Grace, way over in the other hemisphere, 8,800 miles away. Grace Care Center is an orphanage and an elderly care facility, a place we like to call home, that was first established in 2002 for girls between the ages of 5 to 18 years and some destitute senior citizens who have directly been affected by the atrocities of war in Sri Lanka. Grace Care is tucked away neatly on the shores of Trincomalee, which is a port city located on the east coast of the island. Now, let me tell you a little bit about Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka, which was originally known as Ceylon, gained independence from British rule in 1948. 75% of the population is Sinhalese. Tamils make up 15% of the population. The Sinhalese migrated from northern India to what was then Ceylon in the 5th century BC. The Tamils migrated from South India in the 3rd century BC. Over the last several decades, Sinhalese domination and Tamil disfranchisement have led to multiple civil wars between the government and the Tamil Tigers. The Tamil Tigers wanted a separate state. These horrific wars have led to thousands of deaths, resulting in thousands of orphans. Some of these young girls, devastated and traumatized by the hardships of war, were fortunate enough to be taken under the wings of a kind and passionate gentleman, Dr. Gunaratnam, whose eyes light up whenever he talks about them. He has mobilized a tremendous amount of resources, invaluable manpower, and has enabled all involved to come up with strategies to further enhance the lives of these incredible girls. Although they go to a local school, it was quickly identified that these girls needed improved communication and language skills, further educational support, and positive social interaction in order to have a well-balanced life and to successfully assimilate into society. So, we have used the following technological tools to build our bridge: Skype, Gmail, and Rosetta Stone. Nikita will now explain how this technology has affected the girls of the Grace Care Center.
Education is one of the most important aspects of Grace, but education can be acquired through many different outlets. Nevertheless, all of the girls at Grace Care Orphanage are enrolled in some of the highest ranking schools in Trincomalee, but unfortunately, this will not mean that all of them will become successful in the future. The Grace Care Board recognizes this and is thus finding many different outlets to educate the girls alongside a traditional school setting. What we are trying to do is to help the girls in any way possible. It is to be recognized that many of the girls at Grace Care Orphanage have gone through severe trauma in the past, some of them even developing side effects of PTSD, which would require additional vocational and other training to be successful in the future. That is why it is critical for them to learn basic communication skills, along with administrative capabilities, basic financial skills, as well as, if possible, entrepreneurial skills to help them in the future. And in a growing world dependent on technology, it is critical for them to also learn basic computer skills to help them in the future. What we have been doing in Trincomalee is something that we have been trying to use tools in order to introduce them to many different aspects to become successful in the future. Sri Lanka, which was previously isolated due to war, is being reintegrated into our world by introducing the world to its rich and amazing culture and history, along with its beautiful untouched beaches and natural beauty. It is an amazing country and tourists are beginning to notice it. In fact, in the next few years, Sri Lanka's tourism industry is expecting to boom, which will not only help its people, but its economy. By allowing this, people who will acquire these jobs will need basic English skills along with the ability to work well with one another. And this is exactly what we've been wanting to teach the girls. English communication is our first main goal at Trincomalee in Sri Lanka, but we also wanted to have some fun along the way. That is when the concept of Skype was developed. Skype gives us the ability to not only teach the girls English communication, but also teach them about the Western culture here in America. And I can tell you with each conversation that Mishaal and I have with the girls, it becomes deeper as our friendship grows stronger. Our topics range from something as simple as food to culture, tradition, what we've been doing on a daily basis, and the weather outside, and sometimes even gossip of what we're doing in school. I can tell you anything we talk about with the girls, they will use with wide ears. And in fact, last winter actually, It was snowing outside, and the girls had never seen snow. So I took my computer up to the window and I showed them the snow that was pouring heavily outside my window. The girls were amazed. They didn't realize that snow was as beautiful as they'd seen in the movies. They were convinced that every single day we were probably going outside to play in the snow. But I can tell you, every single girl on that Skype call was not playing in the snow. I mean, this was mid-February in Michigan. Everybody was sick of the snow. And then we asked them what they had been doing on the same day, and they had said that they had gone to the beach to watch their teacher's wedding and then gone and played in the ocean. It was amazing to see the completely different lives we were living on the same planet on the same day. The Skype calls have not only helped the girls improve their English communication skills, but have also helped us learn more about their culture and their traditions. The girls have taught us more than we could have ever imagined. They have taught us to not dwell in the past, but to think forward and think about the future. They have been able to box away many of the problems that they have ever had in their past and are grateful for all the opportunities that they are being given to become successful in the future. And that is exactly what everybody should be able to understand. Skype is just the first method in order for them to improve their English communication skills. Last summer, a group of us were fortunate enough to travel to Sri Lanka to deliver other tools to help them further enhance their English communication skills. Thanks to a donation from our local Rotary Club, we were able to donate many laptops all reinstalled with the English-speaking software Rosetta Stone. There, for the next week, we taught the girls how to use this English-speaking software, and the girls embraced it with wide arms. Now, I'd be lying if I told you that it was very easy to install. It took hours and hours of teaching, but the girls were persistent. They not only want to become fluent in English, but want to pronounce each and every word exactly how any foreigner would do. This persistence has allowed them to cross the first module within 4 months, which was way before our ultimate goal. But we didn't want to just stop at Rosetta Stone. We also wanted to help the girls become independent through technology, and that is why we gave each of them a Gmail account. This was the first time that many of the girls were able to communicate independently with people outside the Grace Care facility. Not only was it fun, but it also helped them to practice their English grammar skills. And I can tell you that every single time I ever get an email from the girls, it always brightens my day to know that they are not only practicing their English grammar skills, but are also excited to tell me about their day. And it's always fun to respond to them. But by volunteering in Sri Lanka, we have not only helped the girls, they have also helped us gain a new perspective on the world. We have been able to learn so much more about the Asian culture that we have never been able to experience before. While in Sri Lanka, we were able to visit ancient temples, try on traditional outfits, and even ride on elephants. Another surprising thing is that we were able to go to the girls' school, talk to their teachers, and even learn how to communicate not just by using our words, which ended up being a lot harder than we thought. It turned out that Grace became an eye-opener for at least me and Mishaal. We were able to fully understand and, well, at least try to understand everything that the girls had been through. It was finally feeling like two parts of a bridge that had been separated for so long were finally able to come together and fully understand one another. But creating a bridge is just the first step in developing a model to successfully integrate and blend different cultures of our world together. We have been able to essentially shrink our world by allowing two different kids from different sides of the world to be able to educate one another just like we would be doing in another city or town. What we have been doing is further demonstrated by Peter Diomede and Stephen Kotler in their New York Times bestseller, Abundance, where they write, "In today's hyperlinked world, solving problems anywhere solves problems everywhere." Today, we have been able to not only help the girls, but the girls have helped us. We have taught the girls how to use English communication and social skills to help them live in the future. And in return, they have taught us that life is worth living. Don't dwell on the past, but look towards the future. And that is exactly what we've been trying to do. In essence, this bridge symbolizes the future of effective networking. Thank you.